Hello there, folks. Hey, this is Joe Wazoo here. Hey, today I'm doing a little testing on a way to have a tag write to a level, an output upon startup. So if I cycle power to the HMI, I want the HMI to write a value to an output. And what I have here is I've got a tag here called level max write only, another one called level max read only. They're both mapped to the same register, which is setting the maximum of this tank over here. So if I change this, for instance, to 20, you'll see the tank level over here changes to 20. And my goal of this is to have this thing, say, if you watch here, if the PLC resets this to 10, so if I click this button, it goes to 10, you see there? Well, if I cycle power to this unit, when it powers back up, I want it to send a 20 out to here. That's my theory here. And if I test it right now, it doesn't work. Well, let's try it here. If I go, I'm going to do a commit and reset here. And that's going to reset the HMI. And let's give it a few seconds here. All right, it's come back to life. I expect the 20 to go out here. We'll see if it happens here. Nope, it didn't. So let me show you what I'm doing in the program. So here's this field here. And if I double click on this box, you go to here's where the data, no big deal. If I go to the entry tab, I'm calling a program here called store values. This program right here called store values. And what that's doing is over here, it's taking that tag and it's putting into an internal tag right here called level max. So if I go over here, notice that loaded level max is blue. That's an internal. And this is the write only that we're sending into it. That's in theory what's happening. If I go back to data tags over here on this side, you can see level max is mapped to 203. I have it set to write only, and I have it set to retentive. Theory, it's going to keep it. If I go to this one here, this is the same register, but I got this mapped as read only just for viewing capabilities. And then this guy here is also set to retentive. So in theory, when I enter that number, it's doing that. Now, the part I may not be calling here in this first example, if I go up here, yep, I am. So I have another program called StartUp, and StartUp is supposed to take this retentive tag and put it into this on startup. But as you just saw, it didn't work, did not work in this mode. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to change this tag from write only to read and write. Okay, so that gets rid of the non-retentive, that part I understand. However, the same logic applies. I am taking that value and putting it into this internal tag, which is retentive, and then that tag is going to be called on startup, should set it. So let's try this out and let's see what happens. Let me go ahead and download it to it. I'll save it. Okay, let's go over here. There's that guy. There's that one. Let's let it boot up. All right. So you see there, that's interesting. Must have somehow, I don't know, who knows. Let me change this to 35. All right, so there it is at 35. And then if the PLC, again, resets this to 10, you can see that reads it there. Okay, that's true. But here's that retentive value. If I do the commit and reset, which is what this button does, it should take this, boom, put it here, which then puts it out here. Let's see what happens. Let me go ahead and reboot it again here. Notice the time stopped here at 45 seconds. So let's let this thing reboot. We want to see this. Hey, look at there. It's already rebooted, already sent the command, but that actually sent the 35 there, which is perfect. That's what it was supposed to do. So that's one way to do this. This thing should be reset here. Okay, so now we're live again with it, and you see that actually worked. So that's one method to do this. The other alternative method to this is I can go back here to data tags, and I can make this guy back to write only, and then I can set this to retentive. Now by doing this, I'm going to remove this calling of this program. I'm going to get rid of that, so it's not going to do that. And instead of doing that, I'm going to go over here to the lower right-hand corner, go to System, and if I expand the functions tree and then the comms data, there's a function here called WriteAll. And if you right-click on any of these or most of them, you can do Show Help Info. and it'll open up the PDF for those. And this one will force all map tags that are not read-only to be written to their remote devices. Okay, let's try this. So I'm just going to basically drag this function right here into this field here. Sometimes people have problems dragging this over. Team, you can always just type that WriteAll open close parentheses, and that'll do the same. So let's try this out. Let me go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and download this. Okay. In this case, we're not going to be calling the program at all. I mean, it'll still call the store values. That's no big deal. But in reality, we're not going to be doing the startup. So it's going to, I think, in theory, send it the retentive tag for our level max write only. All right, so let's go back to our web browser and let's see if this works. Okay. It's interesting that that went back to 20. I don't know what's going on there, but let me try this again. Let's put in 38 this time. All right, so I put in 38. I got that set to retentive, this guy here. So if I go over here, switch this to 10, the PLC manually did that. Okay, that's correct. Notice the read only says this, but this one's write only. This one's retentive. So when I hit the commit and reset this time, it should call the write all. I don't know how much time it takes to write this to, well, not there, but this to the retentive value, but let's try it. So I'm going to do this right at the 30-second mark. Boom. I'm going to hit reset. All right. Let's wait and see. We're hoping this comes up with the value 38 when it reboots. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at there. It already jumped to 38 right there. Of course, the HMI is still rebooting on the web page here. It could be my connectivity, but the HMI is already up. It's right in front of me here, so I know it's up. But this is working perfectly. So you can also use the write all function instead of doing my method. I still like my idea because this shows what it was before, but that write all definitely works and definitely takes care of that. So 2 ways to make your RedLion product force a value upon output to a setting you want. Anyway, hey, thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.